Hello everyone, today we will be making another game in Unity. This one will hopefully be a little bit harder and a little bit more complex. Alright, let's get into it. So first what you're going to want to do is go to File and make a new scene. We'll just make this a basic 2D scene, and then it will restart everything so we can make a new game. So make a new sprite, 2D object, square. Okay, so this will be our ground, like that. So this time you'll want it to be like a bit bigger, actually like this. Make it a brownish color, or any color that you want. And box collider 2D, and then we need to name it ground. Now we can go here and make the player, and yeah, it can be white, and we want the sky to be nice, brighter blue. Now we can, instead of having to rebuild all the things in the player, we can just put the player script in here and make sure to drag the rigid body, so we need a rigid body 2D and a box collider 2D, and make sure to put the rigid body here and the speed to like 5,000, so it's nice and fast. And if we set the ground tag to ground and we press play, then as you can see, everything is working perfectly. So we don't need to worry about player movement. This time we will want another enemy, so we can just make the enemy. He can have this enemy material. Call him enemy. Perfect. Make him a bit smaller. I'll just drag it down. Okay. Just a little bit bigger. Okay. So now I want the enemy to go there and then come back, and the player cannot touch the enemy or else the player will die. So if I just make a new script and call it enemy2, then open that up in Visual Studio, and at first, so I already made the script. At first it might look very complicated, like very hard to understand, but it's pretty simple once you get to know it, and you might not get it now, but you will start to get it the more you use Unity. Basically, this is a list of a bunch of game objects. This is the waypoints, and then so first we want the list of them so that we know where we want to go. So we have A and B, and then this one tells us which waypoint are we at. So are we at A or at B, or even C if there is a C. Then we want to start at waypoint A and then move towards waypoint B at this speed. This is just a way to say to move towards. It's just a complicated thing. You might not get it right now, but basically it means this is the current position, move towards this position at this speed, and then if you're at waypoint A, make it go to waypoint B. If you're at waypoint B, make it go to waypoint C. And then this one is if at the very end, try to go back to the very beginning. So that's pretty simple. Then if you go here, you go into enemy, you want 2 waypoints. So we'll make those right now. So we'll call these waypoint, and then we duplicate it by saying Control D. So pressing that and pressing Control D. And I want there to be a little icon. We'll do like an orange one for that. Alright, so now if we just go up here and press that, we can put the waypoint 1 here and the waypoint 2 here. Now make sure that the Z on both of them is 0. and the enemy Z, you want it to be 0 too. Great. So that, because otherwise it'll start to glitch up. It won't work very well. And I drag in the waypoints. Waypoint 1, waypoint 2, perfect. Then it should go from one to the other. Very slowly. I'll make it go a bit faster by doing move speed equals 5. And if we just press play, that's quite fast. Alright. Now, we want it so that the player has to collect a bunch of coins to win. Once they collect all the coins, they win. So, first we need to make the coin. So we can just press create 2D objects, sprite, square. This square will be yellow to indicate like a golden color, and a bit smaller. Okay, so we want there to be an indicator that you want to touch this, because otherwise the player might try to avoid it. So we want an animation. So we can just press animation, perfect, and make a new animation. So create, if you don't have a folder that's called animations, just create one. I'm just going to put it in here and say coin animation. Alright. So, once we have our animation, we need an animator. It already has one in here by default, so you should be fine. Just go to Window. If you don't have this window here that says Animation, you can just go to Window, Animation, Animation, and then we want the animator, and we can put that here. And that just is when we want the animation to actually run, and this is the actual animation. So if we just go to square, which is our coin, so we'll name it coin. We need a new animation script, perfect, and we want to press this record button here. And to make it look like you want to press the coin, press this and press Alter, make it go small, and then at about 10 seconds here, make it go back to big, about like that, and then press Control C and Control V and put this at 20. Great, I'll just make it a little bit slower by going into here, making the speed 0.5. Perfect, so it looks like you definitely want to get that. I'm going to make it even slower by putting this 20 to 40 and this 10 to 20. And now if we do that, great. Very smooth, very nice. It doesn't look like the best thing, but you know that, at least you know that you're supposed to hit it. So now, if we go here, and we can make a rigid body, and make sure to stop recording. Make a rigid body 2D, and we want this to be static, and a box collider 2D, and we want this to be its trigger. And now if we go like this, as you can see, the box collider automatically attaches to the coin, which is great. So if we just go like this, and we can make a new coin script, coin, let's go into here. Alright, this is really, really simple. All you need is to get rid of void update and void start, and do void on collision enter 2D. So this just detects when it's touching something, and once it's touching something, it asks, what am I touching? And then if it's touching the player, so if the tag is equal to player, then add coins, and that means it's going to collect the coin, debug.log, and then it's going to destroy the game object. Alright, now if we just go back here, and you have to make sure that the player is tagged as player with a capital P, and if we just press play, it's not looping. So make sure to go to animations, and in coin animation, change the wrap mode to loop, and that means that it will loop over and over again. And now if we press play, great. Alright, so make sure that it's void on trigger enter 2D, collider 2D col, and that will check if it's hit by player, so this is player, then destroy the game object and debug.log collected coin. So now if we just press play and try it out, as you can see down here it says collected coin and the coin disappeared. Make sure to get rid of the coin position. Great, and now if we just press Control D, we can move around all the coins, and like this, and there, perfect. So if we just press play, and as you can see, you can try to collect all the coins. It's a little bit difficult, like, it's not super easy, but it's not very hard. Now we want to make sure that if the enemy hits the player, then the player dies. In the enemy script, you can make a new void called void on collision enter 2D, and then if collision dot game object dot tag equal to player, then the player should die. So destroy collision dot game object. Alright, and debug.log game over. We won't be making a game over screen in this tutorial, and if we just press play, and if you hit the enemy, make sure that the enemy has a box collider 2D, and then if we press play, boom, as soon as the enemy touches the player, we die. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.